An F1 bombshell overnight with Red Bull sacking team principal Christian Horner. Cameron McMillan from the New Zealand Herald, the Deputy Sports Editor, and Chris Reeve, Sports Reporter, are with me this morning. Good morning, guys.
Hello.
Chris, how big a deal is this?
Yeah, well, that's a big question, isn't it? And there was some division between, Team Verstappen and Christian Horner that came out of the allegations against him last year, and it feels a little bit like this might have been a move that has been a long time coming, sort of brewing under the surface. I'm surprised it came mid-season, but performance has to come into it as well, and Red Bull just haven't been competing as well as they have the last couple of years. So a lot of things add up, and yeah, we saw Christian Horner sacked last night.
Yeah, and everyone's now wondering what it means for Liam.
Yeah, well, so his current boss, his now former boss, Lauren Marquez, moves up to Christian Horner's role.
Right.
So obviously he'll know Liam well, has been his boss. He's worked with a number of other drivers as well. What Liam has to do is be better than his teammate Isaac Hadjar, really. It's still the same as what it's been all season. Just be better than your teammate, and then you might have a good run-in for next year for the Red Bull seat again.
So do we think this is... I mean, we don't know, do we? We're just reading tea leaves, but the allegations about the female staffer and the inappropriate behaviour, was that sort of put to bed and this is definitely a performance thing, or is it a muddling of the two?
Yeah, it's hard to say. It feels a little bit like a muddling of the two. Christian Horner was cleared in a couple of investigations related to those allegations, and he did have the backing of the team. But now you look, they're sitting fourth in the Constructors' Championship. Max Verstappen sitting third, about 70 points back in the drivers. So they're not getting the results as well. And, F1's a very competitive sport. So if you're not getting the results, especially a team like Red Bull, who are used to winning at this point, things do have to change.
Yeah. A cynic would say he was cleared. When he was cleared, they were leading the championship and won a title, and now they're not, and he's lost his job.
Yeah. Hey, Queensland, they'll be feeling very happy with themselves, although it's sort of tinged with some sadness, isn't it?
Yeah, Cameron Munster played after his father passed away earlier in the week. There was lovely scenes as well, because Queensland won an amazing comeback for them after losing the first game to win the series. And there was great scenes in the dressing room afterwards. The Queensland players were all celebrating, and then they took time to remember Cameron Munster's father as well. But yeah, I was one of the probably many Kiwis that didn't stay up last night, but too late for me, Chris. I think
I stayed up and watched it. It wasn't as good a game as I'd hoped for. Queensland were just much better than New South Wales. New South Wales were quite clunky, and Queensland took every opportunity they got, and yeah, pretty convincing.
I would have gone to sleep at halftime anyway as a New South Wales fan.
I think they were up 18-0, 18-4 at halftime. Yeah. So yeah, it was pretty one-sided pretty early on.
All Blacks this weekend in Wellington. What are we expecting in the way of potential changes or strategy here?
Good question. I think we'll see a few changes in the squad. We'll definitely see Scott Barrett obviously out with injury, Sever Reece out with injury, so there's some opportunities there. I'm interested to see whether they stick with Tupou Vaa'i at number 6. I think they will, but there's an opportunity to move him back into lock and bring Sammy Penifino in at 6 maybe. And you also got to look at the back line. There's a lot of opportunities there. Someone like Timothy Tavatavanawa could get a shot. Ruben Love could get a shot. Or maybe they stick with Damien McKenzie. So there's a lot of questions.
French media reporting that they could have 10 changes to their team as well. So it'll be a totally different French team again.
Yeah. Interesting timing, actually, with the Rainbow Warrior anniversary today in the French in the country too, isn't it? Hey, thanks, guys. Good to have you on. Cameron McMillan, New Zealand Herald Deputy Sports Editor, and Chris Reeve, New Zealand Herald Sports Reporter. You're watching Herald now. It's 8 o'clock.